What is up everyone, I am DeviantCringe, and ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be doing another art review. Yes everyone, you're probably wondering why another art review is so soon and all that. I usually do a cringe video and all that stuff, or something else, but here's the thing, I'm actually going to be making a channel update about that whole thing. So yeah, for now we're going to be doing another art review, and I got 3 awesome artists lined up for you yet again, so I hope you all enjoy this. Sit back, relax, and let's get on with it, shall we? Okay, so the very first artist we got for today is called AsubiMasu-Playz. Welcome, a varied hobbyist, Alexander, female unknown, and she has been on DA for 1 year. So now we're gonna take a look at some art from her gallery, and the first picture that I picked out is... And I gotta say, I really like this picture, you know, it's, nice and colorful and all that, very actiony and energetic, and it's always good to see artists either doing or practicing, action-style poses, especially, complex poses like this and all that. But there are a few things that could be worked on a little bit more. The first one is this arm right here. Now, I don't think that the character is close enough to the camera for the arm to, be this long and all that. I mean, it looks way too long. You could size it down a little bit. And the character's body just looks a little bit too twisted, to be totally honest. Like, I can't really put my finger on it, but it does, look kind of funny and all that. And of course, on this hand, the finger kind of looks a little bit too, sharp and pointy, a little bit too bony and all that. Just remember how you did this finger, try to, round this one out as well and all that. Apart from that, everything else does look quite nice. I really do love the shading in this picture, as you can see over here and all that on the hat. Plus the line work itself is also pretty good, although there is a little bit of wobble on the arm right here. Apart from that, everything else looks nice, as well as the detailing, as you can see, or especially over here on the hat and of course the face and the hair. Really nice detailing, very carefully made out and all that. I do like that. Plus this particular type of a pose and all that is actually pretty interesting to look at. I gotta say, you're on a pretty good track. Definitely it's definitely good to go out of your comfort zone and try to do more complex poses. Also, I forgot to mention that the coloring also looks pretty nice. Like over here, as you can see on the character, none of the colors are clashing and all that. It's a pretty nice simplistic mix and all that. And as well as in the background, I really do like this transition, from a much lighter color to a darker, because of course there's this like a phenomenon where you're like if you're looking directly at a light, so, a little bit of space around it is kind of darkish. Like I don't know what the phenomenon is called, but it's there, and I'm really glad that you actually decided to put that there. How you doing? Another Zetsu member drawn. All Zetsu members, one Zetsu herself, 2 Elf Witch, the one you're looking at right now, 3 the Vampire, 3 Robot Boy coming soon, 5 Big Boy soon, 6 maybe. And the second picture we're going to be checking out is, and just like the previous one, this one is also pretty good, I gotta say. First off, the detailing is really good, as you can see over here on the face and the hair, and as well on the sweater. Very nice natural looking wrinkles in the clothing. Really do love that, as well as the touches with the shading and all that. It really does give it a lot more, dimension, a lot more lifelike of a feel. Now, for the most part, this picture is actually done pretty well, and that's a huge thumbs up, but there are actually 2 things that could use a bit of work on, in my opinion. The first one being the arms and hands are a little bit too small. They almost sort of look like a child's, like a smaller child's arms and hands. They're way too tiny, kind of like as if they've been shrunk or something. Like a quarter of a voodoo magic has been done on her, and yeah, her arms and hands are shrunken for some reason. And the second thing is this legging right here, or sock, a knee sock, legging, whatever. It looks way too tight. Like as you can see, yeah, it is just cutting off all of that circulation. Yeah, you better take that off before you lose the leg. And like I said, apart from those 2 little things, the picture is actually really well made. I do like the coloring, just like in the previous one, as well as I really do like this background, like this cloudy little background and all that. It makes the character, look like they're nice and imaginative, that they're very creative and all that stuff. And of course, very happy, so that's a actually pretty nice touch, so huge thumbs up to that as well. And of course, the title and the description are just kitty faces, and I gotta say that's actually pretty fitting. The picture is pretty cute, the coloring is nice, line work is good, but of course work a little bit on the arms and hands, and this legging could use a little bit of loosening up. So the second artist we got for today is Frosty Chica, I do MMD and digital stuff, varied hobbyist, core member, Frosty Chica, female from the United States, and she has been on DA for 6 years, so yeah, she's been on here for a pretty long while, and that's pretty cool. And she actually sent me a note with a couple pictures, and the first one being this one, and this one actually does look pretty nice, but there is one thing that I definitely gotta criticize on this one, and that's the eyes. Like, obviously I know that you were trying to go for a horror themed character and a, you know, a picture and all that, but the eyes really aren't working for me, to be totally honest. I actually don't like this. Honestly, I think it would have been much better if you did the eyes, you know, like in the, you know, in the general style of the picture, like in a cartoonish way and all that. Because this kind of sort of makes it look like sort of uncanny valley-ish. Now, of course, the thing with the eyes, it's not something that should be changed or improved upon. You know, it's just, you know, my subjective opinion. Like, I just personally don't like this type of thing. You know, this type of uncanny valley-ish eyes and all that. But you know, if it works for you, it works for you and all that. So that's all well and good. Apart from that, I actually do like everything else. The detail work on the hair is really good, as you can see. Very nice and well cared for, as well as the individual like strands of hair, you know, the tufts. Now, I do gotta say something about the shadows on the mask. Over here, as you can see, we got some shadows on the mask, but to be totally honest, I actually like the shadows on the hair a lot more than the ones on the mask, because the ones on the hair kind of look like they belong and all that, but on the mask they sort of look like smudges, almost as if it's like a dirty mask or something. And maybe you should make the shadows on the mask a little bit more defined. It's a prosthetic, so how about that sell, huh? Love His Hair Down. It's a really great game. Check it out on Steam. Sally Face by Portable Moose. And the second picture that she sent me is, and of course this one, ladies and gentlemen, this one I actually really do like. You know, this is obviously, you know, from a Soul Eater and all that, a classic anime, and I gotta say, you know, the style that the anime is in, you know, especially the coloring style, of course, as you can see right here, it's pretty cool. And to be totally honest, folks, there really isn't all that much I can criticize about this picture. It really does look good and all that, but like, I am noticing some just a tiny bit of wobble over here on the face and on the jawline right here. That could be smoothed out just a tiny bit, but it's not too obvious. And of course, the ear could use a little bit more of like a natural looking line work and all that. It does look quite funny when it's like this. It kind of sort of looks half done. But besides those two things, it's really good. I do like this, you know, very simplistic portrait style picture, you know, with the much simpler background. It's just a nice little dot. And of course, I really do like the subtle signature placement as well as the coloring overall. Death the Kid, the perfect boy. I've been watching Soul Eater again. It's an oldie but a goodie. It was actually the first anime I ever watched to completion. And the third and final artist we got for today is Trippy MacGyver, When Crowley and Azrael Exist. Digital art hobbyist, Kendall Casey, female from the United States. She's been on DA for 4 months, and the first picture that she sent me in her note is random gift for Jaden Animations. Yes, everyone. And this is actually super cool, I gotta say. It's always nice to, you know, like when you're a content creator, you know, you get some fan art and all that. It really does put a smile on your face. So yeah, I really do hope that you know, Jaden Animations did, you know, see this, and I hope she likes it and all that. I'm always really happy whenever I get fan art, so yeah, it's super awesome, just like I said. But you know, this picture, it could use a little bit of work. The first thing I can definitely tell you is the arms right here. Like the arms are basically going apeshit, to be totally honest. It's kind of sort of as if like the arms are kind of morphing into different things at the same time. Like over here, the arm is just getting wider, and over here on the forearm we got this Popeye thing going on, as well as over here, but instead of the elbow is kind of thinning out, and the forearm is it's morphing into this again, a Popeye arm thing. It's pretty funny, I gotta say, but I really do like how you drew drew the face and the hair in your particular style. The hair, however, really does look nice. You know, very much akin to, you know, Jane's actual like a character look and all that. The face is nice and stylistic, and the parrot itself is drawn pretty well. Now the tail, however, does look a little bit you know, it could be worked on a tiny bit, but the rest of the parrot is actually pretty nice in detail, as you can see. The face and the wings, very carefully made and all that, so huge thumbs up to that. I really do like this because you definitely do have an attention for small details, and that's always good to have as an artist, I gotta say. But you should work a little bit more on your anatomy as well. Like, obviously, I can see that you're trying to go for stylistic pictures, and that's all well and good. But try fixing the arms just a tiny bit more. Make them look a little bit more uniform. Random gift for Jaden Animations. Jaden Animations, I hope you like it. Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing. No tracing or using on other sites. And the second picture that she sent me is... Now, this picture actually does look quite nice, there really is a lot of potential here, and I do gotta mention, like, three things, okay? Three things. The first one being, for a toucan, the beak definitely looks a little bit too short, unless you were going for, like a species of toucan that does have, like, a shorter beak or whatever. And if that is the case, it's a pretty good job, and, disregard this thing. The second thing is, over here, it kind of looks like the beak is being pressed into the head. And I really don't think that's how naturally toucans look like. Real toucans, they have the beak is pretty much the same height as the head. So you should try to round that out so the feathers, meet the beak and all that. And the third one is, you should definitely try making your line work, not as pixelated, a little bit more smoother, try using basically any either smartphone or a tablet, drawing app like Ibis Paint and all that that lets you draw with either your finger or one of those little pens right there, And that is pretty much my advice for this picture. There's definitely a lot of potential right here. I do like the coloring, but the line work can definitely use some smoothing out, and of course the beak could use a little bit more of an adjustment. Apart from that, pretty good. Thumbs up, keep practicing and you'll get better in no time, believe me. So yeah, everyone, that about wraps it up for today's art review. Again, I gotta say, this has been a pretty cool one. A lot of artists with really good pictures and a lot of potential to be done there and all that. And of course, I do want to say thanks to all of the artists that sent me notes requesting me to take a look at their stuff. It has been a pleasure. I really do like, doing this type of content and all that. And yeah. Anyway, everyone, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the bell icon, and if you wish to support me in any way, my Patreon link is in the description below. And as always, I am DeviantCringe, and I'll be seeing you guys else in the next video.